Hey, welcome back, and I'm doing this time on the easel, so a little bit different format. And we're going to be painting our Christmas chicken, and we've both been very excited about this one. So this is also the first time I'm painting this, and I guess I'm lazy. I just paint them for the first time with you guys. So we have a pretty limited, a decent palette. Okay, so we have white, black, a brown, and I'm just going to mix a light brown, which is what I started doing. A light blue, a yellow, orange, green, and red. And honestly, you can ditch the orange and just mix yellow and red, which is what I was going to do. But we're going to start with the background. You can make the background any color you want. I'm going to stick with the sample that I posted with this kind of tannish color. So I'm mixing some brown and some white. I have way too much brown on this palette, but that's okay. And let's just get that background painted in, so then we can get to the fun stuff. So I'm very excited to do this painting. I think it'll be fun. Had a lot of people excited about it. Because the chicken is white, I don't want to go try not to go over the lines too much, and I'll put a tracer up there for you. I think I don't actually have a tracer yet, but I'll make one. Let's see. Well, again, you can paint the background any color you feel like it. So it doesn't have to be this color. Don't be afraid to vary if you're doing it this color or any color, vary the shades of the background, so it doesn't all have to be the same shade of whatever color you choose. There. I think that's good enough. Alrighty, let's see. What should we start on next? Let's start on the chicken itself. And get the white in there. Even though the canvas is white, it just has an unfinished look if it's not painted. And we're going to be blending in some light blues and just to give it, and maybe some gray to give it some definition. So we want the canvas to be wet. So for this part, I'm using, I could have stayed with the 1-inch flat, but I moved to my medium round. So for brushes, you'll want the 1-inch flat for the background, what you just saw me do, and then like a medium round, and then we have a little brush for the details. And we're just going to paint in white where it's white. Alright, so what I'm going to do is make a light gray. So I'm going to mix just the tiniest bit of black with some white. I'm just taking a little bit of white from, I want it to be a pretty light gray. And I'm also going to add just a tad bit of light blue. This one a very light grayish blue. And we're going to find where the shadows are. Which is going to be right underneath the beak here. Coming down. And this is the reason why I wanted to paint it white first, so that all this will blend. Just along the edges. Which makes me think I should have gone a little darker on the background there, but it's right. And just if I want to be just a slightly more dramatic, I'm going to add a little bit more blue just by itself. Just a wee bit. Now we can come back to the white after I've cleaned my brush and paint the eyes.
This is a reminder. Ginger's insulin. This is a reminder. Ginger's insulin.
Oh, I don't know if you heard that. That was my Alexa reminding me to give my dog her insulin. I'm going to take a little bit of blue and just on the outer edge of the eyeball. Because when you use blue, blue will tend to make white look whiter. It's this weird thing. Use a little bit of the gray. Just a wee bit. I'm going to come back in with white, and I want this to blend smoothly. I don't want a harsh line. So I want to soften this up a little bit. There you go. Don't worry, it'll all make sense in the end. And we'll come back at the end with some white. We just want to let that dry. And we have a little bit of gray in here, because that's in shadow. That. Okay. Let's go. Let's get bold and go with the red. Just want to paint its big red rooster thingy. I don't know that. I don't remember. I'm gonna say I used to know what this is called, but for whatever reason, I'm getting old and I don't remember things like that anymore. Feel free to add what it is in the comments. And I'm using the medium round for this one. Alrighty, and we got the little gobbler thing under here too. And one more here. to these two little berries. And the little tongue. That's pretty much it with the red for right now. Now what we're going to do is, because there is some shadow areas in there, we're going to take just a little bit of black, because we want to do this while the red is wet. Mix a little red, get a little darker shade. So you don't need a lot. I'm just mixing a little bit of red and black. I just want a darker shade of red. And we're going to come in. Get some of the shadow under here. And come up and do this too. Alrighty. Now, what color should we do next? I kind of want to wait on the black until, so I think we're going to do the beak, because that seems like fun. So you could just go straight orange if you want to. I'm just going to kind of put a little yellow with the orange for some of it, and I'll do straight orange. I don't know. Maybe I will do straight orange here. Just be careful not to run into the red, because what will happen there is you'll pull that red in there, like I just kind of did. I'm going to come in with my little brush just for fun, and some straight yellow. Just kind of line. Yay. You see where I got some, I dripped some I dripped some red down here. I'll have to let that dry, it'll cover it up. There you go. I can barely see it. I'm going to clean my brush really good. And before I get into the nitty gritty of the leaves, there you go. Okay. Now I have a pretty standard green. I think I'd like to darken it up a little bit. And so instead of pulling out another color, I'm just going to add black to it. And it's not my favorite thing to do. I will say I'm using a canvas that had been drawn on before and some of the old lines were showing through. Making it a little confusing for me at this point, but not too terrible. Actually, I kind of like this color green. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So what I'm doing is actually going over some of the shadow areas. Oh, that's not my computer. With the darker green. So basically the bottom parts of the leaf are going to be the darker green. And I'll come back. haven't been noticing. I hope I'm not blocking the view. I'm sorry if I have been. It's the other disadvantage. One day I'll have a multiple camera set up, but right now it's just a phone. All right, our basic leaves are painted in. I'm going to come in with some of the darker. Well, I'm going to definitely come in with the highlights with this, but for the moment. Okay, and we'll come back to that when it dries. So there is this. So I mean, I'll be, completely transparent. I pay licensing fees to use some paintings. Some paintings are my own. I'm gonna come up with a few soon. So this one doesn't come necessarily with instructions or anything, but there is this black, grayish swoop. I think it's a shadow. I think it is. And we're just gonna put that down here. So be really careful not to hit that green. And since we have the gray mixed, I'm gonna kind of put some shadows underneath the leaves. And we'll do that right here too. Alrighty, so now I think we're gonna go ahead and start with some of the black. So I'm gonna move to, although a lot of this I could do with my medium brush, I'm gonna go ahead and use my little brush. We're gonna kind of fill in inside the mouth. Do this little, and we're going to do the eyes. Now he has kind of thick lines. I'm painting the little eyeballs and leaving the white area for the basic white highlight. This rooster, chicken, fowl bird of some sort. I'm assuming it's a rooster. Has eyebrows. So let's paint his little eyebrows in. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start hitting. Don't do a ton of white outlines on here, black outlines on here, but I'm going to kind of start hitting up some white highlights, and I'm going back to my medium. So a lot of these highlights are going to be pretty big. So it looks like the chicken has fuzz, hair, fur, whatever chickens have. Hopefully that red is dry. That red is not dry. I almost kind of wish I went a little darker on the shadows, because that'll make it make it a, I may just do that actually. Because if your shadows are darker, your highlights will look better. I'm gonna play around with that for a minute. I mean, that's the beautiful thing. You can experiment and try. It's a little too dark. So I'm just mixing black and blue and white like we did before. I am running out of white. I have to refill that. I really prefer a little more blue. So I am darkening my shadows a little bit. And it adds more contrast. Punches the values a little. And honestly, I don't even need to do too much more of that. It's a tiny bit in here. I got too much paint on my brush. Now I'm going to kind of come back in with some white. Push this shadow back a little bit. And again, I'm just like making a stroke and lifting my brush, and it gives it that fluffy look. that, my friends, is about where I think we have too much to do here. I'm going to add a little bit of, make a slate pink. All right, that's our Christmas chicken. So hope you guys enjoyed it. It's really not that hard, and I can sit here forever and just kind of fiddle with it. But yeah, it's a fun painting. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and just let me know in the comments if you have any questions about anything. Just softening this up a little bit. So whoops. Again, bloodshot eye there. You just clean your brush, get the water off, and then run it over. If it's still wet, it'll just pick it right up. I'm gonna just kind of do that blue shade again. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for our next little Christmas painting. Probably the Nutcracker. I'm not sure, but that's definitely coming up. All right, well, if you're new here, thank you for watching. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back and watching again. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.